Welcome back to Same Bright Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. So today's tutorial will be making this asymmetric gown you are seeing right there on the thumbnail. So this is actually asymmetric, and whenever we are making asymmetric you need your full bodice pattern. This is your front bodice pattern, as you can see, and I have my shoulder line right here and I have my chest line. Okay, so for this this is my bust point, and this is the under bust point and the shoulder and the waistline or front length. So for this particular tutorial, people, we are going to focus on the neckline design. Okay, so we are going to create the neckline. The neckline is a drop shoulder on both sides, drop shoulder off shoulder on one side, and drop shoulder shoulder on the other side. So we'll be focusing on what we have right here on our drop shoulder. So for this particular drop shoulder, you can see here I have my my full bodice pattern. So I'll practically start up my drop shoulder design. So for my drop shoulder, this is my shoulder to the shoulder line. So I'm going to drop this shoulder. So I might just use my free hand to drop it. Okay, drop shoulders are not really okay, so just slant it this way. Don't give a curve to it, okay, and excess to it. So I've dropped it, and on the drop shoulder I'll be measuring 3 inches. I will make a mark for this particular design. This is my 3 inches. So I will come in from my neckline because of the design I have on the neckline, according to what is on the picture or on the thumbnail we are working with exactly. From the center front, I come in by 1 inch. So from that 1 inch, I'm going to connect that drop shoulder design. I'm going to connect from here, pointing to the 3 inches. You can see how I kept my pattern ruler pointing to the 3 inches. I'll keep taking my ruler and connect to the 3 inches. You can see what I did there. So I'm going to take the width of my off shoulder. Like I told you, is a drop shoulder off shoulder. So I continue by extending my drop shoulder this way. And you see my off shoulder this way. So this is my off shoulder. 2 inches is the width. If you choose to make it 2.5, you can go ahead and increase, but for the purpose of this tutorial we are making 2 inches. So here I'm using the inner curve of my ruler to connect this drop shoulder back into the armhole. So can you see, this is the point I'm taking this drop shoulder to. Okay, so from here is being connected to the armhole, so we give enough space for the arm to pass. Now coming over to what we have on the right side of this particular drop shoulder dress, I will also make my drop shoulder again. Like I said, you don't need to give a puff to your drop shoulder and excess to your drop shoulder. So just make a slanted line right there. If you use your ruler, you might give puff, okay, some excess to it. So just use your hand and freehand it right there. So here I'll also measure 3 inches for my drop shoulder, and now I'm going to bring in my ruler to connect. You can see how I'm placing my ruler. So this time around I'm allowing my ruler to touch the 3 inches and move into the curve, as you can see. So the neckline we have here, if you see, is almost on the dress. So I'll just place my pattern ruler from there to meet up what I have here. Okay, so that is how the neckline is, almost on the neck. That is what I mean. All right, people, so that is that for this dress, and it's as simple as this. So next we want to talk about is the contour line. Definitely this dress is going to go with a princess dart. Okay, I will advise princess dart than using a shoulder dart. So for the princess dart, I'll take my armhole to the end, divide by 2 is 5.25. I come down by 1 inch, for my princess dart. Then I come in with my pattern ruler and connect my princess dart. So here you can see my princess dart. So the princess dart will be connected, okay, this way. So since we have a princess dart connection going in this way, we have two options on this armhole connection, because when making this particular dress, the off shoulder connection is supposed to take the princess dart line. What I mean is this. Let me come in with my pattern ruler. So we have two options, either to connect the princess dart to this point, okay, either to go with the princess dart, since we have our dart right here, okay, or we come in with our princess our armhole connection, okay. So whichever way, either we go, if you are going by this the blue line, it means the princess dart will run and connect with the armhole. So I think this one should be better for us, but if you want to go with what we have here, you can go with, but let's go with this. I think that one is better. All right, so it's time to contour the under bust. So under bust contouring is what we usually do on this channel. The under bust circumference divided by 4, and what you have left, you put 0.25 and the rest on this side and reconnect your, so that gives you a perfect under bust contour line. Okay, I'll connect here, I'll connect here. So we'll repeat same here, okay, taking the princess dart line from here. I have 5.5. I come down by 1 inch, and then I'll connect my princess dart. So here I'll come out by 0.75 or even 0.5. It depends on how it's being sewn. So that is my dart bust princess dart accommodation. So you don't add too much, okay. I noticed that 1 inch leaves an excess, so you can do 0.5 and sew it in well, and you have a perfect fit at that point. So here, under bust contour line,